All right, we have created our text title, sort of like editing that, getting our value in there. Now it's time for us to get our editing description. Um, so that means to me we're going to need a text field. Looking inside of our components that we have access to, we don't have a text field atom. So let's go ahead and start creating one. Going to bring in all the normal things. So we're going to bring in the U prelude. Let's see. I don't know if we're going to need to bring in, let's see. Well, it's going to be a styled component. Let's see, text field. There we go. Are we going to need properties? Almost guaranteed we're going to need some kind of properties for this. So let's create that here. Let's see. Struct props. We're going to derive properties, partial equal, and clone. Now, things that we know we're going to need. We're going to need that the testing stuff. So that's the data-test. So that can be a string. We're going to need a value. Now, this can be an option with a string inside. Okay. As for the rest of it, I'm not exactly sure what we'd want yet. Well, probably some kind of callback. So we're going to want a closure. Sorry, a callback for when this changes. So pub, we'll do an on change. And you're going to be a callback. And then we're going to return a string from this. So whatever changes there. Okay, so that should be good. So your props. We know we're going to want that style sheet. And let's see, value. So data test, we already just have access to that. We're fine there. Value, we're going to want to grab this out separately. So let's do that. Our value is going to be equal to props dot value dot, and then we're going to unwrap our default. Our on change is going to be fine. We do have to have our own on change though, and sort of like wrap it around that event and then emit out this one. That should also be fine. So let's do our on change. It's going to be equal to, okay, so we're going to have our callback from, we know this is going to be an event. I think it's just the type event, but we'll find out. We're going to get this event and I think this is yeah, definitely we're going to want to we need to know the type of this, so I'm not going to worry about that right this second. We're going to be casting this though into the type that we want it to be. So let's see, we have our change. Now we can have our HTML. Let's just do a text field and start throwing in the things that we care about here. I'm gonna like my components have been getting really long, like really along width-wise. We should probably start formatting them. I'm just too used to like React and Vue and other front-end frameworks. It sort of like the editor knows about HTML and knows how to break things up and give me better formatting. I don't really get that here in Rust, unfortunately. So we'll have to deal with that soon. Maybe this time we'll try to like be a little bit nicer about it. So okay, so if we have like a text field, we know we're gonna want this data test. So let's add that in here. So we're gonna have a data dash test equals, this is gonna be our props dot data underscore test. And we'll clone you. We're gonna have our, let's see, on change. Okay, so on change, and we can that. Okay, now you're gonna know exactly what type you are as soon as I close this up. Yeah, so you're just a type event. Right, we also need a value, and so you're upset here. Let's go ahead, we'll clone you. So that gives us the string. So let's give a value equals, it's actually just gonna be this value. Okay, happy enough for this. Now, given this event, we're gonna want to get the target of it. So let's grab out like what this change is. So our change is gonna be equal to event. So we're gonna do a dot target. Okay, that gives us a target. Then we're gonna do a unchecked into unchecked. What is it called? It's oh, I forgot. Oh, we unwrap you. Then there's the, oh, there it is. Unchecked into, that's not exactly what I want. There's the unchecked ref. Oh, there it is. Unchecked into. And we need to tell it exactly what type this is going to go into, and this is going to be an HTML text. Oh, is it text area, not text field? I might get that backwards every time. I think it's text area. Okay, so this is text area input, which is not a text field. It's text area. Is that all one? I need to go look this up. It is always long. In between each one of these, I forget exactly what it is. So we're gonna go mdn text area. Yep, that's what it is. It's not text field, it's text area. Okay, so we should just fix that right now. So rename, this is gonna be text area. So change you, text area, and text area. That should make you happy right here. Mod, you need to be this BB text area, and nobody else is relying upon you yet, so that's fine. Okay, so we do then unchecked into this HTML text area. That should be fine. Right now, you're coming in as just this text area element. We get the value there. And that's our string. Okay, so now we can take that change, and I want to do this on change to that. So we're going to do a props dot on change emit our change. And you are upset because, okay, so props is a reference that is only valued. Okay, so I don't want to move props in. Oh, we need to move. Moving the on change is fine, but I don't want to actually move full props in. So we're gonna do that same trick where we make this a block. And even though we're going to this on change here, we're going to do a let props on change equals props dot on change. We're going to clone you. We're going to move that in to now be the props on change. And that should make you a lot happier. I don't have any errors in here, but I'm getting red in atoms here, but I don't know where that's from. Let's see. Expected semicolon. Oh, it's still thinking it's got the old file open. So whenever this happens, I'm just going to go ahead and restart the Rust Analyzer server. Okay, so we want to get the text area. We have our data test. Okay, we have our value. We have our on change. I have no idea how this looks. Let's go ahead and add it into our task buttons. Oh, we need a label too. Ooh, a label is important for this. So before we continue with this, we need a label. So you're also going to be a string. So we'll probably need some kind of ID for this. We could auto generate one maybe. We can also use what are we doing for our text input? We have a label. We're taking our ID. Oh, because that's the ID of like the task. That makes sense. Um, okay, so let's see, we do our label. Okay, we need some kind of ID for this. So pub ID, you're going to be a string as well. Then inside of here, we're going to have, so we need like a div to wrap around everything. Then we're going to have our label. We're going to have a for. Okay, so this has to say like, hey, what is this for? We want it to be the ID in this case. So that's going to be our props.id, and we can clone you. That's this string. Okay. I don't necessarily think we need anything else in here, but having like the label text. Oh, sorry. This is the, oh yeah, we have the ID. Then we have the label. So there's going to be a reference to props.label. We have to give an ID to the text area. So props.id, and we'll clone you. Okay, that's going to be a little bit better. We still have no stylings. That's going to be interesting to see. Back to edit task. Okay, so we have our Where is this? This is the text area. Do we pull that in yet? It doesn't look like it. Okay, so create components. Yeah, it doesn't look like we have it in here. Okay, so components, atoms, text area, text area. And we'll put that down here right below this one. Okay, so what do you need? So our text area needs, move this off to the right. Okay, so we're gonna have that data test. Now, in this case, this is gonna be editing dash description. Okay. We're gonna have an optional value. Now, in this case, we have task title. Let's get the edit going. Task description. So let's see. I wonder if I want to grab these all out together and do this as like tuple style almost. Maybe. So not that. That. So we'll have a task description. So now, okay, we have our task title, and then we have task dot description comes out too, and this is just going to be string new as well. Okay, so we have our task description here, and that's what you're going to be. Okay. Next up, on change. Okay, so we need an on change for this. Here's our title on change. We'll do a let description change. Okay, so callback from. We have the new description, which we know is going to be a string. And we'll just go ahead and also log out the description. Okay. We have our on change. And it's going to be our description on change. Okay, label. What are we going to label this? I think this is going to be like edit description. And then we need some kind of ID for this. So I'm thinking we can do this as like we have access to the ID already here. So we could probably just do something with format. So we're gonna format. We can do like description. And then dash the ID, and then we'll do props.id. Okay, that's all the things. Let's see. Okay, lots of errors. So expected a fat arrow. Oh, we need you to be a tuple too. What are you upset about? Match arms have incompatible types. I want you to be task description. Right, okay. So this is an unknown. So you're going to be a sum. Or we're going to unwrap our default here. I like that one a little bit more. unwrap or default. This is getting a little bit complex. Sort of grabbing these out. I might want to sort of think a better way to like extract out this information. Maybe create a new. Maybe create something else. I know we have to like unwrap it just in case it doesn't exist and like grab something else. I wonder if we can unwrap the task or default. Does task implement default? Oh, I bet it does. That would make it a lot easier. We'll take a look at that a little bit later. We have no errors, so let's go take a look at what we have. Here's my lovely text area. This we can make this a little bit better. So first of all, our edit description. If we go and take a look at our text input, we are, let's see, label. I guess we just want to use something very similar to this here. Okay, so sometime we might want to like even create like a label component. I'm gonna sort of hold off on that for a little bit. We're gonna put our style sheet on the div here. Okay. Let's bring you down to that same level. And okay, so I'm gonna try just the same thing, but a minor change here. So font size, okay, for the label, that's fine. Input, this is now a text area. And if I do exactly the same, what do we see here? Okay, it's not too bad. There's obviously things that we might want to do in between here, but we can do that with a, we can do that elsewhere. Now, if I change you, so you click outside of here, we see that logged out. So perfect. Okay. Then let's just run this. See how far we've gotten in our tests. And we are indeed, let's see, indeed getting the task description, and it's typing in bang, bang, bang at the end of that. And the next thing is going to be getting the priority. And so that I think we're going to set up next time, because priority is going to be a thing. That's going to be a select box. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this one, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.